Big salute, big salute, big salute, big salute. Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Rooftop reading. Rooftop read. Hold on, let me get my view right. Let me get y'all view right. So I get that beautiful sky, you know, the backdrop. Gotta have a nice backdrop for y'all, something for y'all to look at. Aye, big salute, big salute. Big salute to my big brother, JT the Big Figure, aka Fig Panamera, BKA Locks is home. Bah, bah, bah. Glocks is on. Big salute, big bro. Big salute to my support squad, my goon squad, my support goons. Big salute to y'all, all y'all. Y'all been going through the comments, man. Big salute to everybody, man. Especially everybody that's on the read, man. Y'all learn with me. You know what I'm saying? Learn with me. Cause we learning together. You know, but it just makes sense. From the stuff I know from when I'm reading, you know, it just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So big salute. So big salute to everybody. Let's jump on into it. Jump on into it. All right. We did the deprogramming statement, so I hope y'all went over them deprogramming statements. Remember, 7 days straight. All right. This the summary instructions on how to do the first stage. 7 exercises and 7 recalls. Pick a time in the evening between 6 p.m. and midnight. Do a conscious observation of your activities and surrounding for 15 to 30 minutes. 15 to 30 minutes. Write down your observation. Later that same night, just before you go to sleep, note the date and time. Yeah, they hanging up clothes. Just so y'all won't think I'm lying. Hold on. Yeah, I'm up here where they be hanging up clothes at. Where the ladies at? They back there somewhere. In the jungle of clothes. Yeah, that's what we hang up. Yeah, we air dry, hang dry. Few hours, you come back tomorrow, everything dry. Crisp. Smelling fresh. Yeah. Okay. Write down your observation. Later that same night, just before going to sleep, note the date and time. Do the second exercise 3 days later. Do the second exercise 3 days later. Repeat every 3 days until the 7th exercise. 3 days until the 7th exercise. 3 days after the 7th exercise, do a recall of exercise 7. Write down as much as you remember about that exercise. Remind yourself of each exercise by reading the first line or two of what you wrote. 3 days later, do a recall of exercise 6. Repeat every 3 days, going backwards until exercise 1. Take a 1 or 2 week break. During this break, set aside 7 consecutive nights to read the 12 deprogramming statements. During your break, set aside 7 consecutive nights to read the 12 deprogramming statements. Read all 12 every night for 7 nights straight without missing a night. After the break, start exercise 8, the second night. The second stage of lesson 1, exercise 8 to 14. In the first stage, we ideally did 1 exercise every 3 days in the evening. In the second stage, we'll do 1 exercise every 2 days for about 2 weeks, followed by 1 recall every 2 days for another 2 weeks. The observation will take place in the afternoon between 12 noon and 6 p.m. Each observation will last 15 to 30 minutes as before. Note the starting and ending times of your conscious observation, as you did before. Write it down within about an hour of bedtime. As usual, these two conditions will guarantee you maximum benefit from the exercise. So do one exercise every 2 days. Example, if exercise 8 was done on Monday, then exercise 9 will be done on Wednesday. Do it in the afternoon and write it down later that night, just before going to sleep. Other than the change in rhythm from 3 days to 2 days and change of time from night to day, everything is the same as the first 7 exercises. Recalls 14 through 8. The recalls begin 2 days after exercise 14. Do one recall every 2 days, starting with starting with exercise 14 and go backwards to exercise 8. The recalls can be done at any time of the day or night that is convenient after recall 8. Take a 7 to 10 day break. The third stage of lesson 1, exercises 15 through 21. Stage 3 will start after the 7 to 10 day break. Exercise 15 to 21 will be done every day in the morning between when you wake up and 12 noon for 7 days in a row for 15 to 30 minutes as usual. So set aside a 15 to 30 minute period between sunrise and 12 noon and do a conscious observation. Write it down later that night. Repeat every morning for 7 days. After completing exercise 21, start the recalls the following day. Start with exercise 21 and go back to exercise 15. Recall the exercise a day for 7 days. Then take a 7 to 10 day break. This completes lesson 1. Review of lesson 1. During the 7 to 10 day break, set aside 3 days in which you do a comprehensive review of all the 21 exercises of lesson 1. You will need 1 hour of quiet, undisturbed time each of the 3 days. The 3 days don't have to be consecutive. You can spend them out over the 10. You can spread them out over the 10-day period. First day of review. Set aside 1 hour of quiet, undisturbed time to review observations 21 through 15. Take 3 to 7 minutes to review each observation. Start with number 21, followed by 20, then 19, and so on to number 15. The review will be done in the following way. Find a comfortable place where you can sit undisturbed for up to 1 hour. Read the first few lines of exercise 21 to get you started. Then mentally go over observation 21 in as much detail as you can remember. Do not write. Review only in your mind, in your imagination. See yourself reliving that time period exactly as you experienced it during the actual observation. Let the images of that time gently enter your mind. Spend only 3 to 7 minutes reliving, then rest for 1 minute and go on to the next one. Read the first few lines of exercise 20, then relive it for 3 to 7 minutes the same way. Then rest for another minute. Repeat with observation 19, 18, 17, 16, and 15. second and third day of review. Pick a day and set aside 1 hour as before, and do numbers 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, and 8 in that order, resting for a minute in between, 1 minute in between. Do the same on the third day for observations 7 through 1. Either sit in front of your computer with all your observations where you can easily read them, or make a printout and sit in a comfortable place with the printout or notebook in hand. When you start each review, read the first review lines, reminder, and try to complete the review. If the memories do not come in a few seconds, don't waste time. Read the entire observation and then do the reliving. You'll notice that the most recent observations are the easiest to remember, and you can probably do all of them just by reading the reminder. But the older ones are harder. Even so, you'll notice that among the older ones, there are some that made a strong impression on your memory. Review those using only the reminder. For the rest that are harder to remember, go ahead and read the original observation first, then do the review. When you do the reliving, imagine that you are back at that time, reliving the experience. Use your imagination to recall as many details as you can. Don't spend more than 7 minutes on each one. Rest for 1 minute, then go on to the next. It's important to go through the process exactly as I've described it. The purpose at this early stage is to open the gates of your memories so you can go back in time consciously and in complete control. Oh man. Okay, the next is lesson 2. And it starts with exercises 23 through 28. And that's 347. So we'll come back and do that again. 347. Yeah, we'll come back and read that. So yeah, y'all. So y'all work on that. Y'all write that down. Y'all yeah. Y'all start working on it. Y'all start working on it, man. It sounds like it might be easier to do. Well, no, he said do it exactly how he said. So you gotta do your exercises, but in between time, in the meantime, while you taking your break, you know, you gotta read them deprogramming statements. You know what I'm saying? The deprogramming statements is the last video. So so y'all stay tuned. We'll come back. We're gonna start back with lesson 2. Yeah, we're gonna start back with lesson 2. Yep, lesson 2. So big salute, man. Love y'all, man. Y'all stay tuned. We gonna be right back. Rooftop read.